Hi, I'm Nick the Bias User, and today I'm going to be reviewing this new Colin Stetson album, When We Were That What Wept for the Sea. I remember coming across composer, saxophonist, multi-reedist Colin Stetson when collaborating with Tim Hecker on his latest album, and if I remember correctly, Colin played his part very well, so I am not complaining about hearing more of his saxophone work on this record. We start with The Lighthouse 1, the first in 5 installments to the Lighthouse series, spread across the record. The first doesn't have saxophone play, but it does have a long passage of what I believe to be a bass clarinet. That takes no breaks, but I think hearing it sometimes coming off not all that clean, a little rough, shows some form of humanization and also beauty, because so much bliss is displayed when humming joins in, while the clarinet gets rough. When entering the title track, the saxophone play is here and very scattered, but it's intentional enough to not feel too all over the place. But my biggest takeaway from this track is the clicking. Every time the sax gets bassy, that makes both the clicking and the sax feel like the same instrument. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. There is even some clicking present on inflection, and we also get fast repetitions in its sax direction. And I was not only plugged into that, but also how static the production can be. Passage is more piano-centered, but that ends up being fine, especially how you can hear the sound of the piano keys getting pushed along with its actual sound. Long Before the Sky Would Open is really testing how long a person can enjoy Stetson's sax repetition without being bored in 8 minutes. And at least for me, I'm still loving it, but again, the atmosphere also goes through some intense phases. But even though it was a good long-length cut, the follow-up One Day in the Sun, and its enthusiastic adventurous sax playing, along with the peaceful humming backing it up, lets me know the song could always be better. But just because it's not, doesn't mean it's not worth coming back to. Whether I prefer the track Fireflies or not, the fast-paced nature of the song is killer. After that, we get the second and third The Lighthouse back to back, but I'm a bigger fan of two. The colorful tube sounds are very spiritual when getting backed up by a heavy bass and deep organs. Totally blown away by this one. Going deeper into the album, while these tracks are great, they're not that standout. I guess I could give props to the vibrating nature of The Lighthouse 4, along with Behind the Sky being yet another track with fast-paced sax instrumentation. My god, the static effect we get from the clicking is insane. I think with The Lighthouse 5, Colin easily reminds us he does movie soundtracks, but in the best way he possibly can. The pianos and horns are very hopeful, which gets helped by the breezy production, and the loudness, along with the ambience, makes this more than qualify for a movie soundtrack. Then we get the closer Safe With Me that's very low-key but beautiful, and the humming end. Not a farewell I can say no to. When We Were That What Wept for the Sea was a great piece of long ambience and post-minimalism music from Colin Stetson. Some songs were better than others, but they were all great. I'm going to give this album an 8.3. Like, subscribe, comment how you feel, like a suggestion. Check out my other social medias, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.